What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Space Hulk Deathwing. My name is Splattercat. On to the next.
Does not appear on the schematic. The only conclusion we can draw is that the chamber was deliberately omitted. Hidden gene seed files. Locate it and recover the gene seed.
I apologize, Chapter Master Belial, but if you hear a lot of feedback in the background, it's because I am spraying righteous flame at our enemies. Oh my god, this whole console is wired together with intestines. Brutal. Uh-oh, I'm blacking out again. It happens from time to time. He's got a weak constitution for this sort of thing. For a space marine. How does
Behind this door. Brother of the sky. Have to find the chamber from your vision with the utmost urgency.
How does nobody ever notice that I just, like, lapse in and out of consciousness? I assume that he's doing Psyniscience tests is what I'm assuming that he's doing. But, like, Psyniscience can work differently depending on who you're playing with and who's GMing and stuff like that. So, essentially, Psychers in Warhammer 40k, people with psychic abilities have this thing called Psyniscience, which is essentially like a sixth sense for anything psychic. Like, they can just sense it. Like, you know how you can, like, smell a smell? Well, Psychers can psych a psych, I guess. They can kind of, like... They can smell the influence of, like, the warp or whatever in the area. And so, over time, I assume what he's doing right there is he's lapsing, like, out of consciousness and doing, like, a Psyniscience test, basically. However, there's, like, an entire chunk right there. Is that where I'm supposed to be going? Alright, I'm just going to pick a direction to walk in because the game hasn't given me what I'm supposed to do next. So, pick a direction, we'll walk that way. Walk that way! Aw, my cranium is damaged. No! Yeah, Brother Belial says my cranium's damaged too. Welcome to the club. Brother Sven, shut your mouth. Wield that blunt object like you're supposed to. I'm telling you what's going to happen when I get back to the ship, man. I'm going to wield that blunt like I know how to there too. It's gonna be amazing. Gonna hit it so hard. Weed is not heresy in the 41st millennium, by the way. Although, they do have some nastier stuff in the 41st millennium. They got like Obscura and some other things too that are pretty hardcore. Oh shit. Hey, you want to hit that with a thunder hammer, bro? Oh, never mind. We duoed it. We duoed it because we're hard like that. Because nobody messes with me and my Narthesium dispensing friend. I kind of feel like I should just give both of them Stormbolters because they seem to do so much better with Stormbolters than, like, every other weapon in the game. Nothing down that way. No treasures. Look at those things. This wall is made of levers. Alright. What do those levers do? Nobody knows. They're just there in the middle of a hallway. It's basically just an obstruction for you to stub your toe on, and then they wait to see how you swear, and then they determine whether or not you're a heretic. They'd be like, alright, he swore the right way. Oh, I've got a Power Fist, too, now, instead of my Mace of Corswain. Maybe it's the Mace of Corswain that's making shit weird. Probably should have done that a little early. Wow, that's a swarm right there. Luckily, they attacked us at a really tactically terrible time. Like when we have our backs to a wall and there's really no way for them to break through. Let's go ahead and leave our domicile, our place of comfort. Nope, not going to make it down the hallway. Sorry. Not unless you breathe flame or whatever. Ah, shit. Gets them every now and again with the Thunder Hammer, but I think it's using maybe the same AI, or maybe it's doing the same thing as the Plasma Launcher, where for some reason he seems to hold back. I don't really know. We've got a ton of enemies down in here. That dude needs to turn around and stop showing his ass to the enemy. Like, you've got that massive kite shield and a whole bunch of other cool stuff, and yet you always just let them, like, punch you in the booty hole. What was the point of this apparatus? It's the spike apparatus. This is what gets us off in the 41st millennium. It's kind of a dark place. I'm like, oh, I thought it was a torture room. He's like, actually, no, this is recreation. This is recreation over here. This is where we spend our weekends and our nights just kind of enjoying each other's company. Like, hey, man, whatever you call it, that's fine. No questions or complaints from me over here in the peanut gallery. Disable you, you big shooty bastard. Stop ruining my life. No, not Xenosorcery. Anything but that. If only we had sorcery of our own with which to combat it. So is this just like a disposal area? What is the function of this room? Also, what's up with these giant guns looking at us from the ceiling?
Brother and Mr. Lane, have to find the chamber from your vision with utmost urgency.
I mean, I'll get on it in a minute. Oh, perfect time to run out of ammo, too. Oh, the Psyker got me. I think what the Psykers do, yeah, they put like a damage over time thing on you. So it took us pretty far back. I do wish, like, the game had some kind of, I don't know, manual save, so that I could just be like, we're playing single player right now. Just let me manually save. What's the big deal with that? Because whenever you die, you lose, like, 10 minutes. Like, seriously. That's pretty much how it goes down. I'm like, alright, well, I mean, I knew that my armor was damaged, and I probably would have saved, so if the option was there, that would have been pretty sweet. That can't be online, right? I was going to say, I don't think I left that online. The place that we're looking for appears to be the Scriptorum, I think. I was looking at the map while I waited for all the dialogue and everything to get over with. Really wish I didn't have this flamer right now. Among all the things that I wish, that the game had not bugged out and given me a flamer when I was equipped with a Hellfire gun previously. I think I locked this bulkhead. Yeah, because I remember that console right there. I remember that console. Let's see here. In the 41st millennium, there is only console gaming. That's why we're all in such a grumpy mood all the time. Down to the south. Basically, the room looked like this one to me. This one right here. It may or may not be, but that's what we're going to check first just to see. I mean, we went all the way down the other way, and it was all for naught. So, everyone into the hallway. Everyone into the hallway so that I can flame them out. In Space Hulk, your flamer unit is usually your most important one. It's the one that you always want to be in like the second position in your line. Front guy is always a disposable toady with a storm bolter. Second guy is always the flamethrower guy so that he can lock down paths so the Gene Stealer player can't get to you. And then finally, third, fourth, and fifth can be whoever. Doesn't really matter. Is there? Let's get down a straight path real fast then. Eat liquid hot promethium. I rub it on your face. Oh, ow. Please don't jam. Please don't jam. Why are there bugs all over me? It's kind of a weird thing, right? I don't know what to say about that. Am I in the right spot? Oh, I need to go to the Scriptorum. I took a wrong turn. So if I wanted to go to the Scriptorum, this appears to be some kind of... Yeah, it's an Avenger workshop. Okay, it's where Captain America comes up with all of his new costume ideas. But where we need to go is the Scriptorum, which is back up the hallway. And across. They are coming from behind us. So my suggestion would be a rapid descent down these stairs. Descent is not tolerated. They weren't super clear about homonyms when they trained us to be Space Marines. It was a little confusing. Oh, yeah. Ooh. I got a minor relic. I don't know what it is. It looked like some kind of case thing. I'm not really sure. Been on the ship for 5 minutes and you've already caught a case. See, this is why we can't take you anywhere. We are very much surrounded, and I'm not super inspired to leave this room while we've got just one direction to protect ourselves from. Like, they can try to come through from whatever direction they want. But basically my goal is to turn this entire area into a blacksmith's forge if I can. Stop with this spitting, man. You're not Gaston. Open this up. We should definitely check every corner. Oh no. I made a mistake. Ah, I have locked you in, you douchebag. That's what you get, you giant bag of douche. You're like an economy-sized 13-gallon bag of douche. That's what you are. Like, you're the box that, like, the 50-pack of 13-gallon bags of douches come in. Lord Belial, I am aware that you want me to rush myself, but you can't rush perfection. You can't rush a good thing. This kind of looks like the room. Yeah. Yeah. I think it is. F. Unblock the systems, brothers. Hit it with that digital fiber. You know, I'm actually kind of impressed that I guessed what room it was, right? I mean, I looked at the general shape from the vision, and this seemed like kind of the way you would want to go. You know that's going to wake something up. It has to. If it doth not, I would be markedly surprised. Give me treasure. Ooh. Another shoulder pad. A major relic which has increased my willpower. It is galvanized against the threats which seek to expunge us. Expunges. So soft. So squishy. So deadly. Well, I mean, I gotta go down here and basically, well, you guys might not want to watch for this part. I've got to procure this Space Marines gene seed, and that, could be a little graphic, so I may have to put little black boxes on the screen. Oh, good, there's guns pointing at us. Fantastic.
This hole is filled by an immense psychic echo.
It appears to be a little bit chilly, too. How's the heating situation on these suits?
Really is a gene seed repository from before the loss of Caliban. Grand Master, this is a prize most precious. We must ensure it's secured for the chapter.
I have preempted you, Brother Nahum. Additional squads are closing on your position.
So are we good then? Or do we have to, like, extract back to the ship, or what should we do? Oh no! The repository is crawling with gene stealers. Who could have guessed? No! I'm falling back to a hallway. You guys can do whatever you want. I'm falling back to a hallway where my weapon actually matters. Nice job, buddy. Nice job. I'm gonna need some narthecium. Just go ahead and give me an IV there, yeah. Okay, so we've now got a force axe as well, which is pretty cool.
Scour the gene stealers from the Caliban's Wield. Leave nothing alive.
The Xenos are coming. We have to exterminate them at all costs, so that other squads can secure the Caliban's Wield.
I'm gonna Cygate out, because I don't like the weapon that I have right now for the job that I'm planning on doing. I will Cygate back in when I feel like it and when I feel as though we are safe. But up until then, I'm going to need some new guns, and I'm going to need the game to say that a Vengeance launcher would be pretty dope. How does it differ from the assault cannon? So accuracy is way up. Reliability is up, damage is up, but fire rate is down. We'll go with the Vengeance cannon then. This is going to be baller. Alright, so we got the Vengeance cannon. Can you use a Vengeance cannon? You cannot. Let us deploy. Yep. Sounds good to me. Life forms remaining. Soon to be a lot less. Soon to be a lot less. Weapon is jammed. Give me a reload. We're gonna fight from this hallway as long as possible. Reload it. Oh, you don't mean that. You don't mean that, Gene Stealers. You love me. I know you're diving for my face right now with the intent of murdering me, but I feel like we would actually be really good friends. Here, let me burn you all up real fast because I got better things to do than put up with you. There they are. I knew they'd come back. They just can't get by without us. It's a symbiotic relationship. We're like Batman and the Joker. Go ahead and thunder hammer all them out of the way just to help you out. You are my medic after all. You are my medicus. And it's just one of those little ways that I show you appreciation. Aside from, you know, those cards and like the chocolates and everything else that I've given to you. I have been keeping count. You've never reciprocated. Ugh. Worst timing ever. That is true. His arm will not weaken. This guy is always in the bathroom. What he's doing in there, I don't think you need to know. I think he's harvesting gene seed constantly. So just be aware. If you need a strong sword arm, he's your guy. Believe me. That's the word of Brother Sven. I just prefer it when they're not spitting at me, I'll be really honest with you. I wish they would get rid of that flash effect on the screen. Like they would soften it or something. That flash effect is really annoying. It radiates out from the gun. I would have actually rather really had them do like a flame effect or something at the end of the gun instead of flashing the whole screen like that nonstop. So is this basically what we're doing here today? We're just holding the line, huh? I'm glad we got our shield guy up front, though. That actually gives me tactical options I didn't have before. I'm not seeing how this is that much better than the normal assault cannon. Incoming burn to death strain. As long as they aren't hitting them from both directions, we should be alright. They bring in Psychers, I'd start to get a little bit more worried, but so far we haven't seen it. You can fan the trigger a little bit with this thing and keep it spun up. Like that right there, basically. Alright, so we're about half done at this point. I think if I keep my fire just nice and trained on these dudes. We are getting overwhelmed a tiny bit, so I'll just clear the hallway out with Psyker powers whenever I have to. Weapons jammed, although that's probably the best time it could have possibly jammed. That was like the moment. Got plenty of Psy gates left. His health is a little bit lower. If they hit us with any like hive tyrants or anything, like any of the big ones, we may have issues, so go ahead and give him a little bit of sucker real fast. Give him a little bit of what? Splattercat's using them old school medieval words. Ain't nobody use that word anymore. Not on the internet, except for Splattercat. Oh, yeah. See, that's what you expect when you come here. It's just the inherent betterness of the NCE than other places. Dude, why's your arm off like that? Why you blocking my bullets, son? Yeah. I gotta get me one of these. I'll be honest, I need one of these real bad. This gun is what is up. I need to just mount this on top of my 300. Dude, nobody would mess with me in traffic ever again. And be like, oh, I'm gonna cut you off as you try to get on the 80. Oh no, it's the 80 split going into the city. Which direction do I go? I better cross all the lanes and mess up traffic and cause a jam. Take that, Emeryville. I'm like, oh my god. If you drive in the city, you should know which direction you're going already. Just get in the right lane or the left lane. You dipshit. What are you thinking? I got paranoid. I think that was probably an improper use of my psychic powers, but I went for it anyways, because why not? You know, this gun does cut a mean swath of DACA. That is for sure. This weapon is very orky. Except that it hasn't malfunctioned and killed everybody in like a 30-foot radius yet. Only got 18 of these things left, and luckily they all seem to be coming to us. I had a discussion the other day about whether the Tyranids or Chaos are a greater threat to humanity. And my thought is thus: I think Chaos is a far greater threat. Like, the Tyranids are just like motorized instinct. They're not intelligent. They've got like a hive mind that tells them what to do. But they're not inherently smart. They just do whatever the hive mind says. Their goal is merely to make sure that the hive stays replenished and it survives. Whereas Chaos is insidious. Chaos wants like to turn you into chaos and like has like multiple layers of acceptable outcomes to all of their plans. And it's just like, In a lot of ways, the Tyranids are an easy foe. Like, yes, they're terrifying and there's a lot of them. But their numerousness and their ability to reproduce are really their only challenges. Aside from that, you know, they aren't interested in, like, undercutting your entire society and then taking it over in weird ways. And then, like, selling you out to sex gods. Are we good here? Are we good here like Goodyear? Yay, we got perfect points, and we got the Spear of Caliban, which is super badass. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here for the next episode. Space Hulk Deathwing. I will see you all in future episodes. Thank you for stopping on in. Bye-bye, everybody.